So many of you ask me how many stocks I need to own in my portfolio, and I believe, honestly, that you can go all in on one stock. Now, we will talk about why this is, and this is not only my opinion, the most successful investors of all time went all in on just a handful of stocks. Okay, so let's talk about first Warren Buffett. If I tell you that Warren Buffett is invested 43% of all his billions and billions of dollars in just one stock, so almost half of it in one single stock, would you believe me? Well, indeed, it's true. Indeed, he owns 43% of all his portfolio in Apple, guys. He is so much conviction of this company that he believes that he can pull so many billions into one single company and its value and its growth and its absolutely great future potential. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Elon Musk is currently more wealthy than Warren Buffett. Is he like a super portfolio investor with 30, 50 different stocks? Absolutely no. He basically has two stocks. He has Tesla stock and he has, part of SpaceX that, and in the end, it's also a part of a company, but not publicly traded. However, you can know by his net worth that part of it comes also from SpaceX. But actually, if you think about it, he really put so much all into these two companies. About 2008, 2009, when the financial crisis was there. Read his book. It's fantastic and unbelievable that he done that, and he's, well paid for that. And then we have obviously the most richest guy, Jeff Bezos. Also, he doesn't think too much about diversification. He actually, invested and reinvested all his gains into Amazon stock. He could potentially, when, his net worth would be $10 billion, say, I sell 10% of it, $1 billion, and buy some Netflix stock or whatever. But he stick to this highest conviction of his life, right, into Amazon stock, and it paid out quite famously. So as you can see, it's usual too much diversification that we are thinking sometimes just too complicated, guys. It's very simple. Choose a handful of stocks with highest conviction that you get through research, through customer reviews, through financials of the company, through how the company can grow, what is the future perspective, what is the market, how is the management, what is the vision, and who's the visionary of the company. So all of this, and you can evaluate for each single company if this is maybe your all-in stock. For me, it was Tesla, right? I mean, I was fed up with normal little double-digit beating S&P 500 returns. And I said, what did the very best investors out there? And, when you look in all of those, they had always this 1, 2, 3 big gains. And obviously they all made mistakes, right? There is companies in their portfolios that, did well, right? Because they just missed the train, they didn't innovate or whatsoever. But if you are really cuts through the noise, you can find those Teslas, those Virgin Galactic, whatever it is for you, and those can make you very, very wealthy. But now is the question how to find those big companies, the big lifetime chances of your investing horizon. Now, this is actually sometimes easier than we actually think. Now, let's start with the big investors. Warren Buffett invested into Coca-Cola. This was one of his big investment. And actually how he found Coca-Cola was, he saw that many people are consuming it, they loving it. It's a very simple business. And actually, you know, it has not really a beginning of an end cycle for the product, right? Coca-Cola really didn't change as a product from the 1930s until today. So I believe that this is fantastic, and this is actually what you need to look for, right? If people are running around with coffee with a green label, then you might have thought, well, this is an interesting company, everybody consuming it, and this was Starbucks. If everybody is crazy about some touch screens on their phones, and this is revolutionizing how we use apps and the phone itself, then this was the beginning of the iPhone and Apple as a telephone company. So as you can see, it's not that hard to find those companies, and it's always a different kind of setup. So you always have to see, okay, if this is the Tesla stock, what have the Tesla stock done? If you look into the last, you know, I would say let's look into the 5 crazy successful stories on the stock market over the last couple of years. Let's say Netflix revolutionized the streaming and how we consume content, right? Then Apple, just a company that creates such simplified and great user experience in such designed products, is absolutely mind-blowing. And then we have companies like Amazon is revolutionizing the world of infrastructure behind the internet with Amazon Web Services, and also that we order everything online. And then you have companies like, for example, Tesla, that just innovating the car and transportation industry. So you can see it's not that you are looking into Amazon and then you look into the e-commerce space for the next Amazon, but you need to look, okay, what this company made super successful, and then you dive into it. Now let's talk about a little bit what makes it come true or break out for a stock. Well, a company does usually well, and then eventually the stock is following. This is what Warren Buffett usually famously saying, and you need to understand that. Think about that you giving the money to a company and a team that is working with this money on a regular business case, right? So they're taking this money and they're trying to invest it and create the product or experience that many people want to consume or buy, and then you profit because the company is profiting. So you need to understand that you are giving maybe your life savings, okay? After you have an emergency fund and everything, you know, settled, then you have a lot of money or less money or medium money or small money to invest into the brightest minds on earth. And this is the beauty about it, and that's why I feel that going all in is maybe much more smarter than many of other people think. You know, question for you, if you're still not convinced, is it more smart to put your life savings into a house, into not diversified at all? You are putting all your life savings into a house on one street, in one city, you know, in one circumstance that, you know, everything can happen, right? There could be natural disasters. There can be, you know, some kind of negative things happening in your neighborhood, and you lose 50% of your value, right? There could be a bubble of houses in your neighborhood only, right? It doesn't have to be state or nationwide. And if you are thinking about this, that you cannot, you know, easily sell and buy a house in terms of speed and finding a buyer and so on. And I believe that going into stocks makes it more smart, because you are investing into a team that is maybe super smart, and you can go also out of this investment anytime. Moreover, you can have Elon Musk and other bright minds working for you, right? And all what you need to do is really to be very, very close on this company and happenings, right? I mean, like Elon Musk said it once, it's okay to put all your eggs in one basket, but you need to watch this basket very, very carefully. In the conclusion of this video, I want to tell you that, you don't have to diversify. You don't have to overcomplicate things. There is this diversification need or thought of so many investors, but many investors, big investors like Peter Lynch or Warren Buffett, said that diversification is for people that don't know what they are doing because they think they spread it all, and some of them will make it happen. But as you saw in the first part, that the big investors actually invest in a single-handed picked stocks rather than 50 of different industry and so on. Then secondly, we talked about how you can find it and what makes you to buy into a company. And now in the conclusion, I want to tell you that I hope this can inspire you to go through your portfolio much more hand selected, much more with the thought of being, much like cut 20 of your companies, keep the top 3, and I believe that if you are following the rules that we are following here on this channel, that you can be very, very successful on the stock market. You can beat the S&P easily, guys, okay? You need to go to consumer trends. You need to see what is the next big thing, how companies can innovate. Are those innovators having the right product, the right marketing, the right management team? And you can be very, very happy. Now, if you want to know more about this kind of things, just press the join button, because there is the most exclusive membership out there in the stock investing community here on YouTube. No other stock investing YouTuber can offer you, a Discord chat. Well, not for this price, right? I mean, there's a couple of people out there, they're charging thousands of dollars per year for this kind of things. But there's a great community on Wolf of Dubai Discord channel. And if you are even want to have the maximum value, then you can go for the Ultimate Wolf that gives you 101 with me. And I believe that this is absolutely crazy value. However, I hope you enjoyed, and I see you tomorrow because I'm vlogging every single day.